Alright, well, DJKBrony here of Celestia Radio, joined with none other than Mitch Larson here.
Hello.
Good to have you on. I personally like to have you guys introduce yourselves because you know yourself better than I would ever hope so. So what do you do on the show, and why are you at LPU today?
I am a writer on the show. I wrote 3 in season 1 and then a whole bunch after that. So I think Amy told me today I've written more than anybody else on the show.
Congratulations on that.
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I was told. And I'm here because this is the 3rd convention I've been to, and they're so much fun and give me a completely different take on the whole phenomenon. It's real people, face to face. I get to hear people's stories, how they got into it, who they met through it. And it's magical to see that the show infiltrates into the real world.
Yeah.
That's why I love coming to these things.
So, Las Pegasus Unicon, I mean, we got the Vegas spirit, the dynamic of the convention. Has it been treating you pretty well so far?
So far, yeah. I mean, I haven't been here long, so I haven't even hit the tables yet. But yeah, so far it's great. It's really great. Really nice vibe.
So, you've been to 3 conventions now, you said. From what your experience so far, have there been things at conventions that you've really appreciated or liked more so that you can remember? Like, oh man, I really enjoyed that aspect of that convention.
It's hard to say. The first one I went to was Midwestern, which is pretty small, which was great in its own way. I feel like by the end of those couple of days, I recognized every face there, which was great. That was kind of cool to have a smaller
small dynamic.
There's karaoke, and then there was EQLA, and now this one was much bigger, which is very cool in its own way.
Yeah.
It's fun to do a panel from a huge room. It's scary as hell. It's fun. I don't know. The 3 I've been to have been set up so well. Everybody's always having a good time. Great vibe. Fun to see everything being sold and all the creativity. And it's the spirit of the show personified.
And I believe that this is the most show staff that have ever attended a single convention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I believe. Don't quote me on that, exactly. I think I heard that on the grapevine. But a lot of show staff here, and do you think it's kind of just, luck that everyone decided to come, or do you think Vegas has a drawing factor to it to bringing people in?
I'm sure that's part of it. I haven't seen him as a hardcore gambler. Has a real problem. I think it's easy, it's like a less than an hour flight for us from LA. I think for the other half of the staff, which is in Canada, it's really appealing. Vegas is appealing. So, yeah, I think it helps.
There's a little bit of, so there's something new for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Regulars and non-regulars alike.
And coming to the desert in February from British Columbia.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they love that.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I came from Colorado myself, back to 50-degree weather. This is amazing.
So it appeals to both parts of the crew in different ways.
Yep.
I think that's probably why.
Of course, season 3 ending. I'm sure you're relieved that now you can finally talk about it. More like the finale's coming up. And we don't need to beat a dead horse. You just had a panel about it. Did you enjoy your panel?
I love the panel. I love doing panels. I always hate them at first because I have such stage fright. And I get up there and I'm like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to talk about. And then by the time it's over, I'm like, really? That's it? Let's keep going. Yeah, they're fun. They're really fun.
I believe you mentioned in a previous interview that you initially wrote pretty long scripts of dialogue, and you kind of had to tone it back a little bit, shorten them. I felt personally in the season 3 finale that there was a lot of great material. It felt like an hour-long episode in 30 minutes, and kudos to you for that, of course. While you were writing that, did you kind of get that aspect while you were writing it, that you knew this was going to be a very dynamic, involved episode?
Yeah, I mean, first thing I asked was, hey, let's do a 2-parter. It's a pretty big deal. It wasn't in the cards, so then it was... That's why the musical format works so well, because you can, Megan said this in the panel, but you can convey deeper emotion through music quickly, and you can move through story quickly with music. So music in that episode made perfect sense, because you got to fly in 22 minutes. There's a lot to do, and that was the best way to do it.
You convey a lot in 1 minute of a show.
And it wasn't, back to what you said originally, I wasn't writing long scripts. In fact, my scripts were always shorter than everybody else's.
Oh, really?
I wrote some 36, 37 pages. Mine were always 31, 32, 33. They just ran long in the animation process for whatever reason.
And that's out of your control completely. That
well, then they told me
to see that until the day it
pages.
comes out.
Yeah, they told me 30 pages is the limit. So I guess it's the way that I wrote them. They were running long. I don't really know what that means, but they weren't, page-wise, they weren't. So, but there's always, I mean, even like Magic Duel, I think, if I remember, it was 28 pages, which is insanely short. And there was stuff cut out for time.
Yeah.
Legitimately cut out for time, because I watched the episode and it moves. But there were whole scenes that were in the script that aren't in the episode. And
I can't speak for all the show staff. I know some people, you know, they work on the show and they don't feel the need to really go back and watch it after it's produced. From what I've told, you know, from what you said so far, I have a feeling that you go back and watch the episodes after they're released. Do you watch a majority of the episodes that you've written and see, you know, what the animators did and how it all came together?
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody about this. I enjoy watching the show. It's one of the shows where I can turn it on and know it's an episode I wrote and be like, that's better than what I wrote. That's great. A lot of shows I've worked for, you turn it on and you're like, what the hell is this? I didn't write any of this.
Yeah.
This show, I turn it on and every week I'm like, that's better than what I turned in, and that's how the show should work. Plus, for practical purposes, I want to see everybody's episodes.
After seeing an episode in its flesh and blood, you know, animation, songs, music, the whole 9 yards, do you ever reconsider scenes or even like a single sentence of dialogue?
Yeah.
What's a good example of that? When's the last time you felt like, oh, I could have maybe tweaked that a little bit?
I probably shouldn't say this because I haven't seen anybody bitch about it, but Discord's dialogue in Celestia's Palace when it first comes back makes me cringe.
It does.
It's so like on the nose and exposition-y, and I just can't stand it. I don't know what I do differently, but that's a good example of like, and then you get past that, and then the rest of the episode, like, oh, this is good. I like this.
In your creative process, while writing your episodes, we've covered that a lot in, you know, several different ways. But do you ever tend to make gambles that you know that something you put into a show could be slightly risque and get cut? Do you say they'll cut it if they need to cut it and I don't really care, or do you make a note of saying, I know this is going to be cut, so I'm not going to even bother?
Not on this show. When I first got into animation, that's all I wanted to do was try to sneak things in, because that's everybody who wanted. The show that I worked on, everybody wanted to do that. Let's see what we can get past standard practices. It was just fun. And then this isn't that show. This is show sincere, and it's not. I feel like an asshole if I did that.
I totally understand.
You know, it's there's stuff that I've put in and been like, I can't believe that got through. Like the ending of Super Speedy Squeezy, where she said I didn't learn anything. I wrote that and I'm like, I don't have a moral, so I'm just gonna write that and see what happens. And Lauren said, hey, that's cool, let's keep that. And then Hasbro said, hey, that's cool.
So I'm like, oh wow, okay, that worked out, I suppose.
Yeah, but in terms of like risque stuff, it's not that kind of show.
Yeah, no, I definitely get where you're coming from there. Back to all this though, Las Pegasus. Like previously stated, there is a lot of talent here, a lot of panels going on, and I feel like a lot of people kind of forget that you were also, you know, here as a convention goer in a sense.
Right.
Are there any panels here that you're looking forward to, or other voice actors, or, you know, it sounds peculiar that a member of show staff would be like, oh, I'm interested in meeting this person who also works on the show.
It's weird. I just met Peter New in the elevator. I'd never met him before. I don't know any of these people. They live in Canada, you know. And even the people who live in LA. In fact, the first what is this convention? The first convention I went to was only the second time in my life that I met Charlotte Fullerton, who's another writer from season 1, season 2. I'd only met her once before, so even us in LA don't really see each other a lot. But I've never met a lot of these people on the show, you know. Or we've met them once or twice, so I'm totally interested. God, you're Peter New.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's fun. I don't know what the panels are because I was supposed to leave tonight. Now I extended, so I haven't even known.
Great.
I'm moderating a panel tomorrow.
Oh, excellent.
It's writers and then actors who've done characters that those writers have written, paired up, which I think is such a fun idea.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be moderating that tomorrow. But other than that, I have to take a look at the schedule, I guess.
Get a little more Vegas time in, you know.
Yeah.
So also, just, you know, right behind us, there's a fantastic amount of vendors, goods being sold.
Yeah.
Incredible so far. You know, just kind of walking around the con grounds so far, have you seen anything really catch your eye? Like, oh, that is impressive.
I only did the quickest spins through here, and I haven't even seen that other room. It's all amazing. I mean, there's just the level of artistry is incredible. It's amazing. Somebody who's making custom ponies, I don't know how to describe it, they're bigger than these. But they look professional. They look like...
Well, yeah, there's lots of professionalism. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, the art, music, etc.
So I want to take a closer look. I want to get down there and really see what they got.
Yeah. So,
impressive.
Do you frequent? You said you live in LA. Do you frequent Las Vegas very often, living, you know, slightly close in proximity to it?
No. I haven't been here in years. I've been here many times, but it's been a while. I don't really know why. I don't know. I like it. I love coming here. It doesn't happen. I know a lot of people come all the time. It is a quick drive. It's like 4 hours, 5 hours.
It keeps it unique and special, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Coming for fun stuff, conventions and whatnot.
Right.
You know, just, I'm going to go hit up 3 months. So, of course, autographs, panels. So I also wanted to ask, you know, of course, with all the goods and vendors, being part of show staff, lots of people love to offer you presents. Have you gotten any so far this convention?
Yeah, I got this pen. It's got my name on it, which is very cool. It's spelled right, which is great. Everyone wants to spell my name with an E-N, like I'm Swedish or something. So I got that. It is weird because it's like, I know these people are building these things on their own and I pay for it. But it's like, here, take this. I got a magnet. I feel bad taking it, but like I want it.
Yeah.
So, all right, give me it.
Hey, but works, you know. So, you know, dropping the pony out of the equation for a second, you are in Vegas. I'm not asking for your exact plans. What are you doing tonight at 6? But, you know, you have plans for Vegas, you know, experience, you know, going to go gamble some, hit the town.
Definitely going to play some blackjack, but I don't really know. I mean, like I said, my plan was to leave tonight. So I haven't, other than doing that panel tomorrow, I haven't really looked beyond that. We'll see. It's always weird because like I want to be around, I want to see the musicians, and I want to see the show, but this is also one of the only times I get to hang out with, you know, some of the writers like Steve and Amy, and I never see them. But I'll probably be around. I'll probably be in the show, you know, see the musicians.
Well, that'd be great. I'm definitely looking forward to that concert tonight. Should be good fun.
Both the conventions I've been to before this, I've just really enjoyed just walking around and seeing what's happening.
So, you know, kind of last but not least, you know, more conventions are coming throughout the year. I know you're probably busy at work writing future seasons. Are you currently working on the next season, or have you already written it?
Not currently. I don't really know where. I don't know if I can even talk about that. I don't know why I couldn't.
You know, we'll play it safe. I'm not sure about time frame. Like, I don't care about what happens. Just like
I'll say this because I don't know. I think season 4 is done with the writing.
Okay. That's all I need.
It's still like really early. Like I said, you know, I don't know if I did say it, but I wrote Magic and Mystery Cure almost a year and a half ago. It takes a long time
for it to all come together.
Yeah.
And gel. Are you planning? Do you have any conventions in the future that you're planning on going to?
Not at the moment. This is the last one I've got on deck, but you never know. I keep getting cards. And
files, emails, and just keep going. Yeah.
They're really fun, and I'd like to do all of them. I guess, practically speaking, I have a baby, so it's like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a little tricky to.
How old's your child?
A year.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
And yeah, just enjoy the convention. Thank you so much for coming by for the interview.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. You have fun too.
Oh, I will try my hardest.